Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Grassroots for our monthly meeting of Soul Stories. My name is Alicia. I will be your MC this evening. So happy to have you here. The reason that we wanted to do and bring Soul Stories to Barrington was stories are an innate part of who we are and how we communicate, right? It is a fabric, it's the fabric of our being. And so to bring that forth into this community gives us an opportunity to do just that, to foster community through story.
Something you realize you don't have, that you really realize you should have, but you can't get anymore when your kids are grown and all your actor friends are downtown, and then you open this store and people come in and they just want to feel good in your store. And that's an amazing feeling.
So I met this guy. The interview was fine. Didn't blow me away, but it was okay. I was clearly qualified. And so left the interview, thank you very much. Well, a couple of days later, he calls me and says, we want to fly you to Houston, which is where the headquarters of the company are. And to meet some of the executives, and obviously they were interested in me. I didn't want the job, but I thought, I haven't been on a plane in a while.
And one thing that was never unwavering about my young friend Christina was her support. She said I had to do my own work, but she didn't say I won't love you, or I won't be with you, or I won't walk with you, but I'll be there to nudge you and to call you out and to challenge you. She invited me into her life.
I put my gold Century 21 jacket on, middle of summer. It was a wool jacket, and I was going to go knock on doors. Now, if you ever had a real estate agent knock on your door, it's rare, right? You never have it happen. So I was going to do that because I was going to be different. So I got in my car, I drove up to the neighborhood, parked my car, and I couldn't get out of the car. I froze. Drove back home. My wife said, gee, you weren't gone very long.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, what about passion? Oh, passion? Passion's over here. Okay, well, when do I get to do that? Oh, you get to, that's called your weekend. That's when you get to do your passion, is your weekend. I'm like, all right, so I go through a year and a half of this job at Motorola, just miserable. And one day I see this post on Reddit that says, if you did everything that everybody told you to do and you're miserable, it's no one's fault but your own.
Wow.
And I was just like,
You know what I've heard tonight is that following our calling is risky business. That it tends to be disjointed and convoluted and opaque and hard. But yet there's a lot of courage in this room. And so I'm going to encourage us all to appreciate that right now. That there's a lot of courage in this room.
Well, I think it's a good way to get to know one another and to know what we're really feeling inside. We all have a story, whether we think we do or not. And I think sometimes watching someone else tell a story, we think, oh, well, maybe I could do that. I'm not brave enough yet, but maybe someday.
Awesome.
I'd suggest anybody who feels like they have any sort of story to tell and wants to should definitely come out and share, because otherwise, your stories just get buried with you. So come out and share your stories.
Yeah.